How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Fiat and the Alfa Romeo section, excuse me. They're kind of tucked away back here. There's not a lot of stuff, so today's going to be a bit of a shorter video, but if you want to see more kind of videos from this New York Auto Show, definitely be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new down below, because I'm going to be posting a lot. But real quick, before we actually kind of move on to the Fiats and the couple Alfa Romeos that are here, I just want to show you guys this. This is apparently the 2023 Chrysler Synthesis. It's got like a little thing right here. This is obviously not a real vehicle. It's a concept, but really weird. Again, we're right next to like the Dodge section, so you can see the new Dodge Charger Daytona right there, the electric Dodge Charger Daytona. But yeah, this is basically like a living room. This is like something out of like the Jetsons or something. Very weird. Kind of unique. Just wanted to cover it because I don't think I even touched on it in any of my other videos, even when I went through the Dodge section the other day. But right up front we have a newer like Alfa Romeo SUV. I really like the designs of these. It's very aggressive in the front. I love the vents. Obviously all of that is extremely functional. And speaking about function, look at the brakes on this, absolutely massive. And the interiors are also pretty awesome too. And the one thing I like, I know this is such a nitpicky thing, but if you've been subscribed to my channel, you know I always complain about this in reviews. The paddle shifters on this SUV are actually, for once, mounted to the steering column, so they don't move. So you have your like little start right here, a bunch of carbon fiber in this interior, nice feeling like leather steering wheel. And then if you see, obviously I'm not going to turn it that much, but as you turn it, the paddle shifters don't move. I feel like so many manufacturers could make their cars so much better if they were just to put the paddle shifters on the steering column instead of mounting them onto the steering wheel. I hate it. I just reviewed a Mercedes that had the paddle shifters on the steering wheel, and there's been so many other vehicles that I've driven on the channel that have just paddle shifters on the steering wheel, and I hate it so much. So anyways, getting my little tirade about paddle shifters out of the way, this is the Stelvio. So this is the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. I'm assuming, yeah, it's a 2023 model. And then over here, the Gila, I'm probably mispronouncing it. I won't even try. But I've always liked these Alfa Romeos. I've always liked this model. And again, this interior is essentially kind of cookie cutter from that SUV right there, except this one obviously is going to be a tad bit smaller. I do like the gear selector in that too. But yeah, so much carbon fiber, and even just like the subtle things, like this little spoiler right here, carbon fiber on the outside. Really nice. I've always liked Alfa Romeo as a brand too, and now that they're a part of like the bigger, I think, Stellantis parent company, so there's Dodge, Chrysler, Fiat, Alfa Romeo, Jeep as well, so a bunch of those brands are kind of like all a conglomerate now, so they're all together. And unfortunately there's really, like, you could see the section right here, there's like 3 Fiats and 2 Alfa Romeos. So I'm kind of going, I guess, a little bit more in depth, or maybe stalling, I don't know. But going into the wheel design, I've always liked the Alfa Romeo wheel designs as well. They've always had that kind of like circular pattern around the spokes, which I think is kind of neat. And then over here we have the smaller SUV out of the bunch, the Alfa Romeo Tonale. This is 2024. Definitely an update with the interior. You could tell right off the bat compared to that other SUV over there. And also this is the Veloce trim. I'm pretty sure that means speed in Italian. I don't know. I took 4 years of Italian and I've forgotten so much. But in the front, another like real aggressive in the front. I really like Alfa Romeo's designs. Not too much to talk about. But moving on to the Fiats, here's actually, I hate this. I hate this so much. This is the Fiat 500X, I believe. Yeah, it's the 500X. It's 4 doors, and it's actually massive for a Fiat. When you think Fiat, you think Mini Cooper. I mean, look, I'm standing next to it. I'm 6 foot tall. This is about like a little over my shoulders. So for me, if I buy a Fiat, I want something small. I want something kind of like fun to drive. Like, I don't know. To me, this just doesn't really scream Fiat that much. I do like the interior. kind of very similar to the Mini Cooper interiors. And speaking about Mini, that's another thing. I don't like the new Clubmans, but again, there's something that's pushed in the domestic market here in the States, because over here we like big cars, we like more space in the interior, and also a lot more people are fatter over here than in other countries or in Europe. So I guess that has to do with it. But over here, this is probably my favorite car of the whole bunch right here. And I know I say the whole bunch, like I'm not talking about just 5 cars or 6 cars, but this is the new Fiat 500e. It's fully electric, and this is the Cartel. So I believe the Cartel is, I think it's like the more performance based, or maybe it's just aesthetics. I'm not quite sure, but it is like one of the higher trims, and I do really love the design. I love the paint. Almost, actually no, it's not really like it, but dare I kind of compare it to like the Midnight Purple for Nissan? Not really Midnight Purple, it's a little bit more bright. It's more of like a royal purple, but it's still very deep. And I love the fact that the, I guess, soft top up here kind of matches it. But yeah, the wheel design, again, another like EV wheel design where everything's kind of covered up. But it still does look really cool. It almost looks like a spider web wheel design. Very, very odd, but still pretty neat. And I love that the kind of, I guess, whole top, I think, extends back down to the hatch. So I'm pretty sure when you put the top down, like the whole thing's supposed to go down. I'm not quite sure, but this is just something that caught my eye, and I figured I'd share it with you guys. I know the Fiat section and the Alfa Romeo section is really not that big, but it's still kind of part of the show. I still wanted to cover it, so let me know your thoughts and opinions on these new Fiats and Alfa Romeos down in the comments below while you're down there. Again, definitely be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff is absolutely free. Helps me out a ton. But thank you guys so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. If you enjoyed today's video, click on either of these links right here to watch a similar video from this channel, or click on the little circle link right there to actually subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. I do appreciate all the support, but thank you for sticking to the end of this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day.